making noise, talking about pro wrestling on the podcast. Big up boys, big money guys, we be throwing down the rhymes, kicking it live, representing the Lone Star State every damn time. We got Stone Cold Stunners.
Whoa, what's up, everybody? Welcome to round number. Oh, I don't even know what this. 22.
No, 23.
2-3 at this point. Sorry, it's getting hard to keep up these days, guys. But what's up, everybody? We're here. We got some knowledge we want to drop on you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed our live, not live, but our pre-recorded fat ass feast that we did. Hopefully, pretty soon we're gonna end up doing more of those. What's up, big guy? How's it going?
Man, yeah, we decided to go on a different route and start a whole brand new series called the Ring Chowdown, where Dropkick and SP, your boy over here, we're gonna be meeting up at least once a month to go to a mom and pop location eatery and just do a little live action mukbang and talk some BS wrestling with everybody.
I thoroughly enjoyed that. I want to do more of those.
Fun. But you know what I just noticed?
What's
and it
that?
just dawned on me is the intro picture that we use. I look stoned. I look higher.
Dude, don't even tell me nothing about that, because like the episode we had with Crazy McCormick, episode 17, dude, I was looking at myself the whole time and like my eyelids looked like they were about to fall apart. I guess I was tired.
Well, we were both tired, dude.
I don't know what was going on.
It was 1 o'clock in the morning.
I literally looked like this the whole time, and I was like, wow. I mean, it happens, man. It happens. But yeah, I was seriously, I was like, man, everybody's gonna think I was stoned and I was falling asleep. But that's what was going on. I was just tired, all right. But yeah, so man.
By the time this episode's dropped, your boy may be out cruising the high seas, getting his flotation on my.
Did you buy a spear gun like I told you?
No spear gun.
Oh man, you need a spear gun.
Not
like we can't have.
I got these two bad boys right here. All right, have you seen the size of these fists? Okay.
Tell that to a shark.
Hey man, with the shark, you just gotta go for the eyes, man. Yeah. As long as you can fish hook the eyes, you're good.
Okay, well, I'll trust your word, but I still think you need a spear gun. That's just my opinion. But yeah, so
right, man, let's get into it, man. What do we got going on today, man? I think don't we got a topic of discussion we're going to talk on?
Yes, we do. The most underrated wrestler in wrestling history. Like, who do you guys feel like is the most underrated wrestler? I'll get your answer first, SB. What you got?
Mine? This one was kind of a tough one to think about, but I'm going to take it back to the one-legged wonder, Zach Gowen. Current JCW superstar, Zach Gowen, came into the ring in WWF to help save Mr. America from an onslaught attack, and he had some notable feuds in there, but I still felt once that big feud he had with Brock Lesnar was over, yeah, they just had nowhere else for him and just kind of let him go. And now, I mean, I got to see him when he first joined JCW back in 07 on the Tempest Release Tour party, and I mean, I've always been a fan of his to begin with, and I was hoping that he would have been there at least at Juggalo weekend back in San Antonio back in February, but alas, no avail. So that's my pick, is Zach Gowen.
That's a good choice. That really is. That's one I wouldn't have thought of, but that's excellent. The person that I'm going to talk about is the pretty boy Pitbull, Kenny King.
I remember Kenny King. Yeah.
Yeah, he was on the first season of Tough Enough. And like a lot of people don't realize that, okay, after Tough Enough, he had a very banging ass career on the Indies. He did. And
he won,
nobody
because
realized
he
that.
was running through in Vegas, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was in TNA. He was in
Mhm.
Ring of Honor. He did all that stuff. And it pains me to see that he never had another shot at the WWE, which he deserved it. And like he
Another
was
one I
very good.
was, yeah, no, another one I was choosing between was going to be Chris Hero. He had a good run in NXT, and he could have, if he had the right push, I think he could have made a big splash in on the main roster in WWE. But also, he's also another JCW icon as well too.
The problem with Chris Hero, and I'm not saying it's a problem because in my book it's not a problem,
His
but
physique.
his physique, I think that hindered him a lot, unfortunately. And I as much as it pains me to
Well,
say it,
well, it hindered him in the way of upper management in the WWE,
yeah.
how they saw him. I mean, the dude could move, you know.
Oh yeah, he could.
And same with Samoa Joe, same with Rikishi, Keith Lee as well too. All these bigger guys, just because they don't have the roided out body and stuff like that, like your Hulk Hogan's, your Paul Orndorff's, your Ultimate Warriors, all those guys could still move and have that great agility. Kevin Owens is another great example.
Perfect example. But I think at the time, because he who should not be named was in charge. I would like now. I think he would flourish. You know what I'm saying? I think he would definitely flourish now. But I think that was his biggest thing.
Speaking of which, I am almost finished. I'm on the last episode of that docu-series, and Bruce Pritchard is a prick. That's just my opinion.
Think so?
Pritchard is a prick. He's trying to like move the goalpost in regards to try to validate who shall not be named, his personality, and who he was trying to differentiate between the two, the Mr. McMahon persona, aka his real life, and the caring individual who he claims he was, and
I mean, like he's the number 2 guy right now, so I could kind of get it, but at the same time, you got to be straight up, You got to keep it 100.
Oh no, this was nothing but a hit piece to as a gotcha to get him.
Yeah.
No, was it?
And then that's something I couldn't
what it
understand,
was
and
at
I'm like, dude, you weren't even in the WWE the whole time. Like you've been everywhere else, and so you should be straight up about it. But yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, but I mean, when you said, "Oh yeah, there's that guy," who says this thing, and that's where my mind was going to, but I wasn't 100% sure on it. And then when that scene played, I'm like, yeah, that was him.
I got you. But yeah, so let us know who is your favorite underrated wrestler. Another one, Shelton Benjamin. I gotta say that the dude is a technical marvel, and I feel like he should have been champion at some point in time.
Yeah. Now you have a picture of, I'm assuming that's Layla on there, right? I wouldn't consider Layla to be an underrated one, to where she was thrown at the top of the women's division with Michelle McCool. I mean, you had Team Laycool, who split and shared not only the
I don't think that's
title.
Layla. I think that's what's her name?
Victoria. Never mind.
Victoria.
That's Victoria.
Yeah.
I could see it, but she also had, she was in possession of the women's title as well too.
She had a pretty good run.
No, but I could see, yeah, because once all that stuff started coming out, the relationship hopping and everything like that, I could see where it kind of down spiraled her career.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't that like this picture is cool, but like William Regal, yeah, he should probably been more, but William Regal, there is no wrestler that has anything bad to say about him. They say he is the best trainer in the world, like far as wrestling, as far as selling, as far as like working the crowd and ring work, he is the best trainer. So I think he's very much appreciated, is what I got to say. But yeah. But let us know your thoughts in the comments. Let us know, who do you guys feel is the most underrated wrestler in the business right now? So,
and it doesn't even have to be now. It could have been in the past, or the past, or the past to current. So
yeah, let us know in the
sound
comments.
off in the comments. Yep, let us know down below. And again, we just want to thank everybody who's listened in and watched two fat guys just wrestling marks just talk about wrestling. You know,
who you calling fat? No, I'm just joking. Me.
I am.
Hey, bruh. We love
And
food,
you.
and that's what we're here for, and that's why we got that new series.
Yep. What do we got next?
All right, Triple H. You go ahead and sound off on this one, man.
Yeah, so it's been brought up that this is, number something or other pay-per-view where there's been no person of color representation on a WWE main roster pay-per-view. And when asked about it at the media scrum after the Bad Blood pay-per-view, Triple H gave your typical, "Oh, I don't see color" remark, which I get what he's trying to. He says he doesn't see color; he only sees talent, which I get what he's trying to say or get across. But as Cody Rhodes has explained in the past, when he first started dating Brandy Rhodes, he said the same thing, and Brandy's like, "Okay, I get where you're coming from, but that's an ignorant answer, because you saying you don't see color means you're blind to the daily struggles that we have to go through simply for being African American."
Yeah, I mean, I get the sentiment. Like, you don't see color. She pretty much said, "You don't see me."
Right. You don't see me. You don't see the struggles that I go through being a woman, also a black woman, and living in today's society where we're still in 2024 and there is still high amounts of racism that goes on in the world today.
I gotta say, there is a lot of racism going on in the world today, but the problem is that it's just, I think it's a lot of older people, and there's nothing you can do. You can change laws, whatever you want, but you can't change the heart. It's about the heart. And I feel like
it's both. There is young people, there's middle-aged people, and yes, there still are the old, boomer generation who went through the years of segregation, especially in the South, that still have bouts of racism and still show it off. And that's all stuff that they're taught and that they learn and pick up
exactly
growing up.
I feel like we just got to let it go, and we just got to forget about the skin color, and we just got to move forward as a people and love each other. No matchup. No, move forward no matter what.
No matter what color you are.
Exactly.
We're one human race. We're one person. Despite our skin color, we're all the same on the inside. We each have
one love. One love.
That's what that Bob Marley, man. Love, one love.
And it shouldn't matter what your race is. It shouldn't matter about any of that. It's about the character. It's about what's inside of here is the most important thing. And I mean, I get it that he gave that answer, but
it's still kind of a BS answer.
Yeah,
hands down.
Yeah, I'll agree with you. But yeah, I don't know if there. I mean, is there a top guy? Is there somebody standing out in the black race? That's what I don't understand. I don't know who is somebody you think should be at the top, and maybe they're not being because of their skin color. Bobby Lashley, but he's not there anymore.
Amos should be featured more. And Triple H has come out and said, no, I just want to use him as a special attraction.
I'll be honest with you, Amos is not that good, bro. You got to agree with that. He's not that good.
No, I agree with that. And I could see where that kind of comes off as also like kind of Great Khali-ish, you know, because Great Khali, he wasn't that great as well either. But
they also showed Great Khali off a lot, and he was in the title picture a lot. I don't understand that myself. I get what you're saying,
but at least Amos isn't as tall as Great Khali, but there's potential there.
Yeah, maybe so.
He does have the potential there. MVP could have been pushed a lot further than he was. Shelton Benjamin, Bobby Lashley, Keith Lee especially. Keith Lee was one of the biggest names.
Oh yeah, Keith Lee can move.
WWE and could have moved mountains and would be your typical ideal world heavyweight champion. You know, there hasn't been a proper person of color, you know, African American, black, you know,
I would say Cedric
pushed to the top.
I would say Cedric Alexander. That's somebody that really he's great. He's very good. I would definitely say it should have been Ricochet. I don't know why Ricochet didn't make it further than what he did instead of the mid card. The dude does some amazing stuff in the ring. But yeah, like I get it.
Yeah. So
I know. Well,
it is what it is. All we could do is just strive and hope that on the next set of pay-per-views coming up, we got Crown Jewel coming up, Survivor Series. I don't think we're getting a December pay-per-view this year.
Yeah,
maybe.
I'm
not 100% sure.
Yeah. Maybe they'll announce something.
There might be one. There might be one, but then I know that the next big main pay-per-view won't be until Royal Rumble, and that's like not even until the beginning of February of 2025. So,
and I mean, I'm not mad at that. You know, December is the holidays. People should be with their family. I get it, but we also need wrestling. Damn it, no, that's me being selfish. But yeah, I mean, sound off in the comments. Let us know what you think. Who are some of the African American and other skin colors, other people
people of color in general
that should have
needs to be represented more? Who do you feel is underrepresented? And yeah,
let us know in the comments. All right, so you wanted to go over Wrestle Dream.
Yeah, so I don't know if you've had a chance to check out this.
You know I didn't. You know I didn't. Let's cut the bull crap. You know I didn't. I wanted to.
I'll tell you what though, man. Ever since they took it off of Bleacher Report, not being able to do the buy it through there, having to go through either that payperview.com or I didn't even try that Triller TV site, but I did it through payperview.com, and for the first half of the pay-per-view, man, it just lagged and buffered and just stopped playing, and I constantly had to reload. So there were some key spots that I missed.
Hopefully that'll end when we get to XBO Max or Max. I'm sorry. Hopefully that ends.
Yeah. But yeah. So recap: Mox won. He is the new AEW World Champion, and we had the turn by Wheeler Yuta onto
I saw
Daniel
that.
Bryan.
I saw that. And he looked like he was upset walking through the crowd, and he wasn't
want to have to do it. He didn't want to have to do it, but he did, and I have an idea why. Two reasons. One, there was that promo with Bryan Danielson and Wheeler Yuta in regards to Bryan trying to recruit Daniel Garcia to the BCC. Wheeler's like, no, it's not going to work. He's going to choose JAS over us, yada, 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 all that stuff. And then on last week's Dynamite, Wheeler Yuta was getting beat down and stuff like that and was gasping for air while Bryan's in the middle of the ring just doing his yes chant and doesn't even check on Yuta until the very end right before they go off air. So there was those two things. We had Kyle Fletcher turned on Will Ospreay, which was shocking. Takeshita, or Takeshita, if you're European, is the new international champion. Supposedly they were going to Don Callis was going to explain why Fletcher did what he did. We had a returning MJF along with a returning Adam Cole, baby.
They say MJF, he's not going to be back full time for a little bit because he's still filming.
Happy Gilmore too.
Yeah, it's going to be a little while for him.
What else? Let's take a look here real quick. Oh yeah, on the pre-show we had a AEW debut of one Mr. Rico from WWE fame. He was in the corner of
Rico.
MXM.
Rico,
Huh?
Rico,
Yes, Rico.
Rico, the
Yes, with Chuck and Billy,
the flamboyant Rico.
Mm-hmm.
That is awesome. A former, like as an ex brother in blue, a brother in blue. That's awesome to hear.
Yeah, so he was in the corner of MXM taking on the Acclaimed. And of course, Rico and Billy Gunn got into it. Billy Gunn hit him with a famouser and did a crotch chop and said, "Suck my dick," before hitting him with the famouser. And then, of course, the Acclaimed get the win on MXM. That was a fun, entertaining match.
Do you think Rico? I think that's maybe a one-off.
It could be. I don't know. With AEW, you just never know sometimes where who could show up as being the new signee.
I'm glad Rico got some love though. I'm glad. Whatever City Wrestle Dream was, is that where he's from? Because that would explain something.
No, Wrestle Dream was in Seattle and he is in Vegas.
Okay. Because that may be an indication they may do more, but that's good to hear that Rico was around. A lot of people miss him, including me. I like Rico.
Yeah, was it Billy said, "This guy here who tried to get me to marry a man, no offense, Anthony." And Anthony's like, no offense.
That's great.
No, overall, this was actually a really, really good pay-per-view. That Darby Allin Brody King match was brutal. There were a couple parts I just was exhausted as well too, so there were a couple parts where I did fall asleep. And then also, like I said, the lag of the website, the pay-per-view, trying to airplay it to my TV and stuff like that, just kind of kept failing. So
hopefully it ends when it goes to Max. That needs to happen soon.
That's all we could do. But overall, man, this was a really good pay-per-view. I know a lot of people were wondering if Shane was going to debut or Bobby Lashley, but they put the Bobby Lashley thing on hold. They want to keep kind of building it up to where they don't know when exactly it's going to happen.
It needs to happen at some point.
It will happen.
I know that, but
they just want to keep building up the suspense. Like, okay, is it going to be tonight? Is it going to be next week? Is it going to be, at the
smart
next
marketing? Smart marketing.
Mm-hmm. I did notice though that pretty much the new route that Mox is going with, or the new BCC is going with the belt, is that they're going to keep it hostage, because after the match, Claudio was handed the belt from Mox, and he just threw it in a duffel bag, and they walked out of the arena with it in the duffel bag. So AEW is cooking right now. And
now there's one thing I wanted to bring up to you that I forgot. The ratings did hit an all-time low. I know you saw that.
Well, don't forget though, they were still dealing with the hurricane, so they didn't have.
That's true.
So their show was booked, and they were also going against NXT that night as well too.
It was a few weeks ago that they had 700,000 viewers, and they actually held, like, when the Mox thing happened with Bryan Danielson and everything, they held that the whole 2 hours. They held 700,000 viewers, which was awesome. That's impressive. I mean, 700,000 viewers. I mean, that's nothing to, that's not their best, because when they had Punk on there, it was over 1 million. But it's good that they were able to help.
Well, even in the early days, they were still having over 1 million.
That they were still able to hold them the whole time.
Right.
But
which is what they were able to do even in the early days. But yes, their viewership has dropped substantially, but
it was at 300,000.
Well, again, like I said, you had the tornado that hit, you had the hurricanes back to back on the East Coast and through that area. And so a lot of people were stranded and couldn't get to the pay-per-view, and then, or not to the pay-per-view, but to the event, or even be able, or you had a lot of wrestlers who weren't able to make it there. Or, Adam Copeland and Dax Harwood, were there helping volunteer for feeding people and stuff like that, and just helping donations and stuff like that. And AEW even partnered up with them as well too.
That's
to
awesome.
help out.
That's awesome
for donations and stuff like that. So there were.
I'm just hoping it picks back up. I'm hoping it does. I'm hoping
it will, and that's something that I believe we're going to discuss in our next episode, in terms of AEW. But yeah, so I don't fault the low viewership on AEW shoulders, because they had other things working against them last week. So
okay, that's good to hear. Not good to hear. I don't, but I'm glad that there's reasons for it, because, like I said, I don't wish them to fail. I want to see them flourish. So do we have another topic?
We got, I believe, one rumors floating that Ezekiel Jackson could be making a return to the ring.
Big Zeke. I didn't know he was gone. I'll be honest with you.
He hasn't wrestled, I think, since he left WWE.
He was in Lucha Underground for a bit there. He was a big part of Lucha Underground, but yeah, you're right. I haven't seen him since then.
Yeah, but lately he's been popping back up at indie shows, and
he was Big Reich in Lucha Underground.
Okay.
And
I caught Lucha Underground every once in a while.
Yeah, I wish they'd bring it back to Netflix. It was on Netflix for a while, but
no, it was the El Rey network.
No, it was on El Rey, but Netflix got the rights for a little bit, but it only stayed for like a year. And
it had always been on El Rey network.
Oh well, yeah,
it left El Rey, and then it got brought onto Netflix just for typical streaming services.
Yeah, and it was there for a cup of coffee.
Yeah, nothing ever happened with it.
Yeah, but I watched it the whole time because I was still living at my mother's house, and she had DirecTV, and I was able to watch it on El Rey. And
what happened is the El Rey, they just got rid of the channel, or like cable providers just stopped carrying it.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't think it even exists anymore, to be honest. I liked it. El Rey was cool. Russell, like, that's one thing. Like Lucha Underground, that a promotion that was very underappreciated was Lucha Underground. Some of the most fascinating stuff in wrestling was on Lucha Underground. You had Ricochet before he was Ricochet. Well, he was Ricochet, but he was Prince Puma. You had some amazing wrestlers on Lucha Underground.
John Morrison, Taya Valkyrie was there, Penta, Vampiro, Brian Cage.
The people that you guys are seeing now on WWE and on AEW, they were tearing it up in Lucha Underground. But
yes, man, it's going to be interesting to see. Could Big Zeke make a return back to WWE?
I don't know about WWE, maybe, hopefully, but I could see him doing good in like TNA.
I could see TNA or MLW.
Yeah, I could see him doing good. I didn't even think he has been away that long. But like I said, the last time I saw him was in Lucha Underground. I didn't think he was not, you know, in the world of wrestling. But then again, I didn't do my due diligence and look him up either. But I'm glad to see that he's making a comeback. I think that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
The guy.
This came about. Somebody tweeted at him on Twitter, and he quote retweeted it saying soon enough or something like that.
Yeah.
Or sometime soon, something like that. But
yeah,
once he replied to that, that got speculation swirling that, and people started looking into it, that he started getting back into the ring and running the ropes.
He is the dude's impressive just looking at him. Like the dude, he's a big guy.
He was the very last ECW heavyweight champion.
So yeah, I'm interested to see it. I hope he does come back.
This was WWE's ECW before it.
I remember
before it was canned, and they brought us the NXT.
So yeah,
series.
I'm interested to see him come back. Like I said, the guy's impressive. He's a big old guy, and like in Lucha Underground, he showed that he can move. He can. He didn't get to show off that much in WWE, but Lucha Underground, he showed, keeping up with the luchadors, he can do his thing. So we'll have to see. Hopefully soon we can see him on TV at some point. But yeah, that's all we got for y'all for this edition of the Ring Rundown. So sound off in the comments, like, comment, subscribe, let us know what you guys think, and yeah, take us out, SP.
For Dropkick Zombie, it's your boy SP saying East Side till we die, West Coast. Much love, everybody.
Later, people.
We two loony guys catching eyes with our hype, talking pro wrestling, making all the fans unite. In the ring we swing like a rhyme-making machine with moves so mean, leaving opponents in a dream. You're rocking the mic, forward tight like a rat, them no clean.